Good morning, Americans and humans. This is your favorite alien on the morning of Tuesday, July 19th, 2022. Well, it's All-Star game in baseball here in America. And I see you had what you call the run derby yesterday. Oh, boy. Well, today's commentary is on human society run doing business on base 10, but their society is run on base 2. Now, how can you do business at base 10 and your society be run on base 2? For the Sumerians and their cultures that followed them, they were base 60. And they did their business in base 60. That's why it's a little different, and you guys don't understand their civilizations. Egyptians were base 12, and that's why you don't understand their systems. The Romans used base 10, and that's where you get your base 10 from. Base 10. But your society, how did you guys come up with binary way of running your society? Base 2. I don't understand it. To give you an example, humans, and especially here in America, for the Americans, your Constitution is written for base 10, yet you're enforcing it as base 2. Now, base 2 is 0 and 1, remember? Okay? And base 10 has 10 numbers, 0 through 9. Base 2 is 1. 1 is 3. Okay, it's not 11, it's 3 in base 2. And what do you get in base 2? Well, you get such things as right and wrong, Christians and non-Christians. You can look at it that way. Democrats and Republicans, male and female, yes and no, mother and father. No siblings there. You notice that, right? How can you incorporate siblings into base 2? Well, you try that a lot of different ways over the centuries. That's cost you a lot of problems. So if you have those off and on, heat and cold, you got those. But you have come with a lot of technologies in the last 300 years. Well, it took even the 200 years. But let's take it 300 years. So that would mean from 1720. You've had a lot of different technologies that have come to play. And you guys have tried to incorporate them into base 2, which has been a disaster. Look at your government. You can't even govern yourselves on base 2 anymore, because you don't have yes and no, right and wrong, Republicans and Democrats. That doesn't work anymore. And now you're looking at absolutism as the only source of governing, to be an absolute. You guys never learned the lessons of people like Louis XIV or Peter the Great, Caligula, Tiberius. You never learned the lesson of those guys, have you? Even more recently, Joseph Stalin, and Adolf Hitler. You never learned the lesson of those guys either. What is it going to take for you humans, and especially Americans, to figure out that your society is going nowhere because you're on base 2? Base 2 doesn't work. It hasn't worked in any society, known society that we have discovered, and the 2% of discovery that we've made in the galaxy. And there's hundreds of societies that we discovered, both dead and living. The living used to have base 2. And most of them got out of base 2. And the ones that didn't, well, you can see the ruins on their planets. My home society, back 15 or 1600 of your years ago, was like you, on base 2. Except that their technology outpaced their social structure. And as one of the Roman emperors would say, live by the sword, die by the sword. And that's what you Americans are doing, dying by the sword. You lived by the sword for 150 years. You employed that sword to a lot of different people. Now you're dying by the sword, and it's inch by inch that you're dying. Pretty soon your soul will be gone too. Like the Egyptian told the Greek a long time ago, when the Greek asked him what happened with all the ruins that he saw in Egypt. And he said, well, we had a song, but over the centuries, we've lost the meaning. We still sing the song, but we've lost the meaning of the words of what the song meant. In the case of human beings, and especially Americans, the national anthem is a good example. Francis Scott Key made that poem almost 150 years ago, or 200 years ago now. And how fast it's lost its meaning, hasn't it? Really? Sitting in today, your favorite alien saying, this is why you got extinct. Because you didn't understand these words, and you'll never understand why you went extinct. Good day.